Hey guys, welcome back to RL Design Innovation. My name's Brian. Today we're going to go on to a journey of jigs. We're going to use the Xtool S1. We're going to use the camera kit to show you how easy within Lightburn is to create a template that you can build and then use that as a jig going forward for say we're going to do slate coasters, how you lay them out, cut out the jig, and then in the future you just lay it out there, bring up your template you created, put your verbiage in, you clip art, and get going from there. We're also going to do luggage tags. We're going to use the little wooden luggage tags. We're going to lay them out, create a jig of 6 or 7 of them, do the exact same thing. So sit back. I hope you enjoy, learn something so that this can help you with creating all types of jigs, maybe for cups or whichever, but you learn a technique. Let's get over to the workstation and let's learn. Okay, so I'm in Lightburn. I have a piece of Backerboard just for the sake of demonstration, but normally I would use like a piece of 3mm basswood, something to that effect. What we're going to do is we're going to create just a template for doing slate coasters. Then we're going to lay it out. I'll show you how to lay it out, but the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put one in here. We're going to put that in there. We're also going to do a jig for doing luggage tags. I bought these in a pack of, I don't know, there's probably 50 of them in here. Bought it, I think, from Amazon. Anyway, we're going to do that next. So, first thing we want to do is, if you notice, I have the slate coaster in here. We're going to update the overlay. I'm going to show you how easy this is to do. Okay, so you see the coaster. I'm zooming in. And to really do this real quick, we do a rectangle. You go right about here. You go on the outside of it, right here. I got a little bigger because that side I shrunk. Then from there, you go to shape properties. And what we're going to do is we're going to change the corner radius to round out the corners. And I'm hoping, let me zoom in, you see that. See how it got rounded? Now I'm going to go to the selection tool. And I'm just going to move this over here. Just approximately right about there. Looks like there's enough clearance for that. Let me go down a little bit. This side just a tad bigger. Right about there. And again with the slate coasters, as you can see down here, every one is a little different, so you want to give it enough room because they're jagged. It's not like a piece of wood that's perfectly square. They're rock. They're going to come differently, different shapes, I should say. You'll see the coasters, they're always, each one is a little different. So I make these a little bigger, go out just a tad wider. Now I center it. Just once I have the shape, you can see it looks pretty good. Okay, now what do we do next? I'm going to take the coaster out. Okay, I'm going to update the overlay. Okay, I'm going to zoom out. And from here, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to create, on here I could probably put 1, 2, 3, possibly 8. I'm just going to do 2 just to show you how this works. I'm going to hit Control key and the C. C as in Charlie. Control C, and then you hit Control V as in Victor. Now you have the other one. So what I do is, I go about here, I leave a little space, I can go up a little more. Let me move this up. And the whole idea using the camera is that we don't want to waste space. What I do is I lay these out, and the cut line I make the black line. That's going to be our cut layer, whatever layer you like. I do it there. Next, you want to do text or graphics, and that would be your engraving layer. So let's just do text. We're going to just write test. Okay, not terst, test. Okay. Let me spell it right, get the cap lock off. Now, I'm going to put this on here for now. Okay, that's going to be my red layer. Okay, I'm going to hit Control C and Control V. Now, you're wondering, we're making a template now. How are we going to use this for actual Slate coasters. Since we're putting them on layers, and the first time you build this template on a piece of basswood, you're going to have the black layer enabled. You're going to cut it out. I'm not going to enable the red layer or the clip art layer because we're not engraving now. What we're doing is we're making the jig. A couple of weeks ago, I had a project for someone that I had to do 12 coasters. So what I did is I laid these out on my template, which I already created. I put the graphics in, whatever I wanted. I just laid my coasters out, made sure it was aligned properly, and then I burned them. So from here we have test. Let's go to the layers. Again, this is very simple, as you can see by using the camera. You just trace it pretty much. So I'm going to go here. I'm not going to output the text. I'm not going to even show it, the clip art or whatever you want. So all we're going to have is that. So if I hit Alt P, you can see we're just going to be cutting that out. Now, let's go to laser. Let's, move. Let's focus the laser, and then we'll adjust in a second. Now I'm going to hit focus. And then from here, we're going to adjust the laser power. I'm going to use the material library for the backboard that I have. So if I go to cut layers, we're going to hit black. And then I'm going to go to my material layer, my material library, I should say. And if you notice, I have Backerboard, 2mm, cut. I hit here and I hit assign. So it automatically adjusted my speed to 35, my power to 95. For the red layer, what I have found etching for Backerboard, at least 2mm pieces that I have. Again, the stock may be different depending what you get from where, different quality, whichever. I hit etch, I hit assign. So when I do in the future, it's going to be 200 and the power 25. Again, that works for the Backerboard that I have. So from here, we focused, we laser. We're just going to now, let's see, hit start. And we're going to cut that out. Again, if I was doing a full Backerboard or a full piece of basswood to have a future jig that I can reuse over and over again, I would put all 8 on here, cut it out, and go from there. Actually, you know what? Let's do all 8. What the heck? Let me go to the layers. Let's lay it out already. I'm going to show this. So I'm going to copy this. And what I do is I'm going to highlight this. I'm going to group these. So when I copy it, I'm copying all the layers. If I had clip art on there, there's another one. I'm going to make it so I can fit. Should be able to fit on here. Fit 6 with this side, with this coaster. So I'm going to delete this. This is a very large coaster. Right there. Then I'm going to go down here. V, V, V. So I did Control V 3 times. So I'm going to do it right here. I'll do right about here. Do one right here. Let me move this out of the way. See how easy it is to lay out a template or a jig for future use. Don't have to, you can use up here, these alignment tools right over here where my cursor is. You highlight 3 of them and you say centered over here, as you can see right up here. So we'll just do it like that. Now again, I'm not cutting, engraving test, because that's going to be the layer later on where we would add text when we put our actual coaster in there. So let's cut this out, and then I'll show you how the coaster will fit in there. Again, each Slate coaster is a little different in size, so that's why I made it a little bigger. So I'll hit start, and we'll be back. Now, what can you do with these? What can you do with these? If I engraved on these are great disposable coasters. I did this in my last video, showed you how to make these. So these, if I put a drawing on here, rather than throwing these away, engrave on here, you leave it for a party, then throw it away. A kid's party, put the lemonades on here, put whatever. You protect your place so you don't care if these get destroyed or cooked up from candy or cookies or whatever. Great throwaway disposable coasters, even blank, it doesn't matter. Now, what do? Okay, let me update the overlay. Now, there is our coaster holder. If you notice, this coaster is right over here. It's not perfect over here, down here. It's a little edgy. If we zoom in, but we had to make this piece right here. See this piece right over down here? Let me show you. Right there. It juts out a little bit. Again, rock coasters are a little different, but here's the beautiful thing. Now we go to cut layers. Now we don't show the black layer or output the black layer right now. Now if I output test and show it, there we go. So in the future, we have this template. I save it. I save it as coaster 6-pack or whatever you want to call it. So when you bring this up, all you have to do is lay the jig down, put the artwork in there, update your overlay, align it because it'll be very easy. They're all aligned in the jig. And that is it. Very simple way for doing a jig and creating, look how quick and easy this is to do a template for coasters in the future. So think about when you're doing projects out there for something that you think you're gonna have something in the future, save it. Come back, do it out of Backerboard. If you're not gonna use it quite often, it's something cheap. You can dispose of it if it gets ruined later on and cut another one out. Again, that's that one. Now we're going to move on to tags for luggage. Let's do a jig for that. Unfortunately, the video that I had to show you how to draw the tags was deleted. But basically, I put the tag in and I traced it using the pencil tool, and that was it. Very straightforward. Okay. You'll notice right in the little G area, I had my air assist on. I got to turn it off. With Backerboard, just one tidbit is if you're etching or like light engraving on top, you don't want to have air assist. It just smudges like heck. So when I update the overlay, you'll see there's just a greenish right here. So, and again, these little tags that I'm taking out, I could engrave them as well. I could have just and these could have been disposable ones. Or, what can you do with these cutouts in the future? These, they're great for putting nameplates, so like settings for a kid's party or party, just engrave, or if you have a great penmanship, just write on here where it goes, throw it, and then you throw it away. So why waste the Backerboard? You could do that. Now, update, and then let me see. So you go in there. Let me take one of these wooden ones, pop them in. There you go. Put another one in here. We're going to put 2. And probably for nameplates, since they're very light, let's update the overlay. You could see some of the afterburn on the right over here. There's some afterburn going on there, but let me fade this a little bit there. It makes it a little better. I would probably use 3mm basswood because these are very light, and if you have your air assist on or leave it on for the wood, it'll blow the heck out of these. Because Backerboard, this is 2mm. I would probably do a 3 or 4mm Backerboard for doing templates of such thin like luggage on this, luggage tags. So that's what I would do. And now from here, what will we do next? I would then say show. You probably can't see it. There you go. I would then adjust the text to the size or whatever I want it to be. Move it around, get it perfect, set it up, and then this has a circle on this one, some of them don't. And then from there, you then engrave, and now you have a little template for luggage tags. I hope this gives you a little food for thought on how you can use the camera system, tracing the item, building your template, building your jigs, saving the laser file, the Lightburn laser file, so that in the future you recall it, and then you go from there. And as you can see, let me pull this out. This is our luggage tag. You can see the G, like I said, over here. You can see the G got a little smudged because I had the air assist on. And again, with Backerboard, if you have any air assist on, it was on low, it will just put a lot of dirt all over the place. Schmutz, as some people call it. So I hope you learned something today. How to take your laser Xtool S1, use the camera system, and be able to create jigs on the fly. No measuring, no sitting there marking. Take an image, trace it, and you're good to go. Thank you, everyone. Till next time, I hope you learned something. Hope you enjoy it. Thumbs up, subscribe. See you guys later. Bye-bye.